Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me in this session. My name is Jess Giudici. I am the Senior HR Manager, Talent Management for Duravant. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to talk to me a little bit about reality versus myths in the manufacturing careers. I want to thank AMPed and all the sponsors for putting on this amazing virtual event. I have been in manufacturing and industrial organizations for over a decade, and it's really why I've built my career here. I think there is so much great opportunity for career paths, for development, for individuals to really find rewarding and successful careers within manufacturing. So I'm fortunate that I love what I do, and I love that I get the opportunity to speak with you all and shed some light on the reality of manufacturing careers. So let's jump in. So today we are going to talk about the biggest myths in manufacturing careers, how you can get started in the industry, really what we look for on the manufacturing hiring side, the skills that you probably already have, the life skills that we really think are incredibly invaluable, how you can move up, really what growth in a manufacturing career can potentially look like, as well as the exposure to other career paths that you might be provided. I also am going to spend some time on traditional careers in a manufacturing world. So I think that this is often an area that is overlooked, but if there is a path that you are interested in, I'd really love to talk about the opportunity that a manufacturing organization can provide while taking advantage of that skill set. And then last, of course, what can manufacturing offer you? We talk about these great opportunities and these wonderful career paths, but there's so many other gems that a manufacturing career can provide. So I want to take some time to share some of that insight with you as well. Of course, you can find my information just to my left, or it's a virtual world, so potentially just to my right on with all my contact information. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any other questions that I can answer. I'd love to share, my personal experience in the manufacturing world. So let's jump in and talk about myths versus reality. So first and foremost, we often hear manufacturing is dark, it's dirty, the facilities are gross, you're going to come home gross. Picture the 1950s and oil covered, and those kind of images are really what has stuck with manufacturing. And the funny thing is, most of our facilities are incredibly state of the art. We are advancing in terms of technology and safety and all of these really incredible places that make these facilities not only great to work in, but there's some that are also incredibly motivating and energizing, because it's amazing to come into a facility and see what is capable, not only between the equipment, but the teams. And dark, dirty, and gross is certainly not something that we see anymore. So that's one of my favorites, because I love to bring individuals into facilities. For example, Duravant, we own a number of operating companies globally, and our facilities are incredible. So I love the opportunity to share that insight whenever I get to showcase an individual really what the reality of a manufacturing facility looks like. Requiring skills. A lot of times I'll talk to students who are trying to figure out what they want to do, and they'll say, I've never worked with machinery, I've never done programming type work, I don't have any exposure to it, so I'm not going to be able to find a job. In reality, I think manufacturing is one of the best industries when it comes to having entry-level opportunities. Now more than ever, manufacturing has really embraced training and development, and not only what we can do to help grow your skill set, but we know that the partnership is incredibly strong. And if we provide those training opportunities for you, those life skills that you can bring are really what we love. The work ethic, the dedication, the energy, collaboration, and teamwork. Those are the things that most manufacturing companies are looking for. And if you come with those skill sets, the organizations are going to equip you with everything else you need to be successful in the role. That there's no future. You get into manufacturing, and what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? You're not going to grow up. You're going to do the same thing for the next 20 years. This could not be farther from the truth. We're going to talk a little bit more about the diverse career paths that include leadership, the exposure to other functions, getting into training. But the future within manufacturing is certainly there. Most organizations now are really taking a look at the development paths that they can offer individuals and seeing that as something of value, understanding that most individuals want to know that they have development and career opportunities, and manufacturing organizations are certainly rising to that challenge to make sure to provide those opportunities for you. So don't think for one second that if you come into a manufacturing opportunity and you have that desire to learn and grow, that you'll be doing that same job, 10, 20 years from now, because I can almost guarantee you that you won't. It doesn't provide a valuable lifestyle. Most manufacturing opportunities are incredibly competitive when it comes to other entry-level positions you'd see out of college, and most come with added benefits and perks. Right now, I'll share a little bit more on a coming slide, but manufacturing organizations, about 91% of them offer benefits and retirement plans. Those are things that are, of course, we don't think about them often, but are incredibly valuable when you're thinking about, the future and how you want to invest. Not only that, coming in entry level, you're not going to come out with that college debt. You're going to have a really livable wage, which is obviously a hot button topic right now. And manufacturing is certainly an industry that has heard and listened and adapted and grown those pay wages. So to have that myth that it doesn't provide a livable wage is certainly not accurate. And you absolutely can have an incredibly valuable lifestyle with a manufacturing career. Male dominated. Well, case in point, I am in manufacturing, but not only that, we've seen a resurgence and a focus of women in manufacturing. I spoke a little bit to the life skills, and really that's what most manufacturing organizations are looking for, coming with that work ethic, that drive. And that's something that we're seeing among every walk of life, from males to females to whatever your identification may be. This is definitely not a male dominated industry anymore. And we're certainly seeing changes in the world, and manufacturing is certainly adapting and growing with those changes. These industries, these organizations can absolutely provide great opportunities for, like I mentioned, any walk of life. And as I said, I've been in the industry now for a little over a decade. I'm fortunate to be on a number of boards and involved with a number of associations where I'm absolutely seeing individuals from every walk of life, younger, newer in their careers, to more senior leadership individuals, to males, to females, whatever the case may be. But that is certainly a myth that is not holding true anymore. Unsafe. Manufacturing, I think, if you look 50, 60 years ago, sure, this might have been something that had some truth behind it. It is certainly not something that has truth behind it anymore. We've seen the creation of OSHA. We've seen advanced safety measures. Safety is an incredible focus for every manufacturing organization, certainly every organization that I have been a part of. Now we're even seeing career paths that come with environmental health and safety professionals to specifically focus on the safety of our manufacturing teams. So unsafe is certainly something that I believe is a myth. The reality, I think, is, and from my own experience, can share that this is something that every organization holds very, very valuable and can provide those safe workplaces and the individuals that can train to be as safe as possible. So where do you start? I love talking to students and learning a little bit more about what they love to do in their free time. Is it building, tinkering with different things, trying to figure out how things work? Maybe it's working on cars, working on automotive pieces, whatever the case may be. But I really encourage you to look at your hobbies. How do you enjoy spending your time? Do you enjoy doing team activities? Do you enjoy working independently? Do you love to organize? I will embarrassingly say, I love organizing when I'm at home, and that has absolutely translated into my career. So look at how you spend your time. What are the things that you love to do, and where can that relate to a career? Personality traits we mentioned, but how do you like to spend your days? Do you prefer your days to be very fast and changing? Do you like consistent routine, different projects? Those type of things too can translate directly into a career that might be a good fit for you. So for example, a career in quality technicians. This is great for somebody who has that focus on detail, who likes that consistent work. You are really the gatekeepers to quality in the manufacturing industry, making sure that we are adhering to the standards that we need. Or maybe it's a machine builder. Maybe you love working on cars on the weekend and you love building, putting things together, taking things apart. You'll come into a manufacturing facility and you could be one of the individuals that builds this incredible manufacturing equipment. And right there, you've got your hobby translating to an incredibly successful career. So I have here, machine builders, mechanical and electrical, assembly, distribution, robotic technicians, welders. Again, look at how you spend your time. What do you like to do? Where can that translate? I think you'll definitely find some incredible career paths there. Growth. Obviously, when we're spending time in a position, most of us really want to grow and develop and advance our skill sets. I am so proud to be in a position where I have the responsibility to ensure that we are developing our teams, to ensure that we have those career paths set forth. And this is definitely a time when we're seeing more and more individuals like me in manufacturing organizations dedicated to ensuring that career growth is there. So entry-level positions really provide the training and development opportunities. You can come in without having that previous experience and be provided training to learn how to do the role that you need. And then from there, express that interest in learning and growing. And most organizations are going to match that with development opportunities and getting you to where you want to be. Operators, for example, can turn into programmers, can turn into machine builders, can turn into welders. Leadership positions, perhaps you're somebody that really has a natural voice in speaking to a group of individuals who loves motivating and encouraging and uniting a team. Maybe right now you're on a sports team on the weekend and you really love the sense of camaraderie that's there. Leadership positions, I think, are some of the most valuable on a manufacturing floor. You are there to encourage your team and to create that sense of community. So if that's something that you love to do, like I said, maybe for example, on a sports team, it would be great in a manufacturing setting. Or trainer positions, like I said, maybe you love working with other individuals. You come in, learn those skills. There's the opportunity for you to be one of those individuals who takes that knowledge and communicates it to that next generation workforce. That individual who's just like you, coming in without the skill set to learn the job, but really has a desire, and you found that ability to communicate effectively, to teach and train the skills that they're going to need to be successful in the role. I love that path. It's one that's not often thought of, but one that is incredibly valuable in the industry, as training and development is something that is essential to the success of a business and successful to your success as well. And then exposure to other areas. It is not uncommon to see individuals come from the manufacturing floor and grow into CAD positions, engineering positions, quality positions, operation positions. Perhaps you want to get exposed to customer service, whatever the case may be. Understanding how the shop works is incredibly valuable. Understanding the process behind making equipment or making parts and being able to translate that to an operations process, for example, a distribution process, that knowledge is incredibly valuable. And like I mentioned, if you're coming in with that desire to work and that dedication, that strong work ethic, and you express that interest, most manufacturing organizations are going to love that and really provide you the opportunity to explore other areas within manufacturing as well. So let's talk about traditional careers in manufacturing. Obviously manufacturing organizations need to operate and function as a business. And what does that take? A number of different areas to be successful. I did not imagine myself in manufacturing by any means, and am lucky that I fell in the career path that I did, because I found such a love for the industry. And I think that the opportunities that you can have based on the traditional careers in a manufacturing world are also there. If you love writing, or maybe you love creating digital art and are interested in how you can do that from a marketing sense, we have really incredibly strong marketing teams in most manufacturing organizations that are responsible for not only marketing products out to other businesses, marketing out services. We have writers that are responsible for writing technical content, from blogs to manuals to safety manuals. We have customer service departments that are on the front lines of working with our customers, finance teams that drive our success within numbers and accounting, human resources like me, everything from recruitment to learning and development to HR generalists. This is such, obviously I'm biased, but this is such a great opportunity when it comes to manufacturing. And if this is an area that you're really interested in, I encourage you to look at a manufacturing organization. Operations, as I mentioned, project management, procurement, manufacturing as a whole has that opportunity to be very hands-on, but also has the opportunity that I think isn't seen as often when you're looking at other aspects that you might like. Seeking out a manufacturing organization is going to provide a lot for your development, for your career path. So we've talked a lot about what you can do with the different career paths that are available in manufacturing, but what about manufacturing in you? What can a manufacturing career provide for you? So first, we said entry-level opportunities that provide immediate training. You are given the path and the keys to build your career in any way that you want, really for you to take advantage of. The growth is absolutely there, and I think that that's something that's incredibly unique to manufacturing, that an entry-level opportunity. I've seen individuals who started on the shop floor who are now presidents of organizations and running them. It's not often that you find that type of growth opportunity in other industries, which I love. You can target an industry that excites you. We are a material handling food production facility. We have 15 operating companies that support a number of different consumer product lines that you're familiar with. Really, I love what I do because we are such an essential business, and we felt that in the last year. But maybe you have an interest in aerospace or robotics. Look for one of those organizations that support those industries, and you can directly impact the industries that you're interested in. Instant gratification, we all want to see the success of our work. So in many roles within manufacturing, you can see the result of your hard work immediately. You can see the product that you're working on. You can see the equipment that you're building, come off in the finished stages. Or in others, you can directly see how your contribution contributes to a bigger picture product. So maybe you're working on a smaller part that's a component for the aerospace industry, and you know that your part is in the jet that's flying overhead. It's amazing to think about how impactful manufacturing is in the world around us. And once you have that exposure, you can actually see your work in your day-to-day life. It's amazing and incredibly valuable and incredibly rewarding. Financial benefits, I briefly talk more about that in just a minute, but entry-level manufacturing jobs on average pay more than any other entry-level position, and 91% of them offer full benefits and retirement plans, something that is important to think about now, but it is something that's not often common in other entry-level positions. Also have opportunities for overtime, bonus potential that are also not common in other entry-level roles. So really look at the full benefit that a manufacturing career can provide. Future growth plans, again, I keep coming back to this, but as you can tell, it's something that I truly believe in. I don't think it's common in most entry-level positions to have such significant growth opportunities as manufacturing can provide. So let's talk about the financial piece. That top graph you're going to see, my sources, of course, on the bottom, Data USA and Career Builder Salary Insight. Manufacturing roles specifically as they relate to other comparable industries. Manufacturing roles on average coming in that $65,000 a year mark, very comparable to the wholesale trade industry, public administration, and more than entry-level real estate or healthcare solutions individuals. Then on average, if you take manufacturing as a whole, I mentioned some of those traditional opportunities as well as more of the manufacturing positions that we're all very familiar with, combine those to get that manufacturing industry viewpoint as a whole. The national average is an $80,000 salary within manufacturing. I'm just outside of Chicagoland here. Our average is 83,000. I think that that's incredible and definitely puts to bed that myth that manufacturing can't provide a valuable lifestyle for you. So any more reasons? Innovation. I think it's incredible what manufacturing has done, but manufacturing has been on the cutting edge of automation, robotics, technology, 3D printing than any other industry. We mentioned those state-of-the-art facilities. Now you can come in and see robots working on lines, and you'll find the individuals who are building the robots, who are maintaining the robots. Just because robots are coming in doesn't mean the jobs are going away. We're finding them in different areas. But innovation and manufacturing have gone hand in hand for quite some time. And I am working very hard along with a number of other individuals and organizations to shed some light on how incredibly cool manufacturing can be. Also, it's an essential business. Let's look at the last year and how none of us can predict what have happened, but the manufacturing industry and sectors have really kept moving our country forward. As other individuals were put in those tough situations where businesses were closing, manufacturing individuals still had the opportunity to come in and provide that support to the country, which is absolutely incredible. I'm going to share a little bit right now. We talked about innovation. As a senior HR manager for Duravant, I'm incredibly proud of our operating companies. And charcuterie boards are all the trend right now. So we think about, how does manufacturing relate to your daily life? Let's take a look at how Duravant is building that epic charcuterie board. Pretty cool. And who would have thought, manufacturing is the way that charcuterie board gets to you and your table. So I'm sure you might have more questions. Where can you go? How do you get those answers? How do you find out more? Reach out in your community. Local companies love talking to individuals that are interested in manufacturing. I'm sure that if you reach out, they'll be happy to answer questions and share opportunities that they have. Associations, I am fortunate enough to be involved with the Technology and Manufacturing Association here in Illinois. We love talking to students. Find associations in your area, and I'm sure that you'll find not only training opportunities, but answers to your questions. Trade schools and trade teachers. Reach out to the teachers in your high schools, the trade schools in your area. These are great resources to find more answers about a manufacturing career. I appreciate your time this afternoon. I think this is such an incredible event, and I hope you are getting excited about a career in manufacturing. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and let me know any questions you may have. I am excited to see all of you in your manufacturing careers in the future.